Hello, hello. I hope the noises. Okay, let me set things up there. Hope everybody's doing well this evening. Oh, now I know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know if anybody's as upkeepy with the news as I am. That's a good sign. I've been keeping up with the news, and sorry it's been so long. I know the last time I streamed was on Monday. I do apologize. I'm trying to get my ass in gear for this. First, a lot is happening in Canada. A lot is happening fast. As you can see, if you haven't seen the title of the stream, hashtag Truckers for Freedom, go to Twitter and type in hashtag Truckers for Freedom in the search bar, and you can get caught up to speed there before I begin talking about it. But if you want to talk about it now, man, are things getting nuts. Freedom. I just gotta make sure I bring it. Sorry, I'm so slow. What? Somebody's hacking me through my calculator. Oh. just see. Okay, so I'm gonna just mute. Where's the microphone? There it is. I'm just going to do something with the microphone for a second. Alright. I have fixed it. I just need to make sure that I speak nice, loud, and clear into the microphone. I know I'm guilty for not. I see get told a lot to speak up and enunciate. So Canada, we are having truckers go across country. I'm really excited for that. Why? Because somebody has to stand up for our freedom. We're definitely not doing very much. I believe people were going to do more 2 years ago, and then it's been kind of quiet since then. So I'm kind of happy that things are that we're finally that people are finally going to do more. It sucks that it's taken this long for people to finally start fighting back against the mandates, but at least somebody is. Because I don't know how many of you have been to the grocery stores lately, but apparently they're starting to get very, very bare. Here's a cross-country truckers convoy departs BC for Ottawa to protest vaccine mandate. The first leg of the convoy, dubbed the Convoy for Freedom, is set to leave BC on Sunday. This was from the National Post on the 20th. So what, 2 days ago? Yesterday? Yeah, 2 days ago. Yeah, trucks head into Canada from the U.S. at the Highgate Springs and St. Armand Phillipsburg border. I don't know if these guys are part of the vaccine mandate, because I thought you had to be, but maybe they're letting people through. A group of truckers is planning to drive across the country to protest a federal vaccine mandate in Canada's capital. They're starting in BC. There's a website. They've raised over $1 million on, what's it called there? That GoFundMe. That's what it is. On GoFundMe. They've raised $1 million on GoFundMe, which is good for them. Awesome. Hopefully that keeps them all well and safe until they get into Ottawa. I know a lot of drivers who are impacted by this. It has basically removed them from the workforce. BC truck driver Colin Valentim told the Vancouver Sun he's going to be leading it at the first leg from BC. Valentim will lead the BC leg of the convoy, taking the western route, and expects to be accompanied by others along the way. Two other convoys have different starting points. The eastern route is to begin in January 27th in Ensfield, Nova Scotia. The southern route will leave on the same day from Windsor, Ontario. Well, that's awesome. So there's more than what I thought. I thought it was just from, but that's good. That's good. Everybody should just flood into Ottawa on the 29th. Get this over and done with. And here, 2 years ago when I was still working, I used to joke when all of this started. I used to joke that people should just start a convoy and go. And now they're doing it, and I'm so happy because one of my favorite songs is that stupid convoy song. Paul Brandt does a great version of it, and then there's the original C.W. McCall. No, yes. Anyway, now I'm getting off track there. We are taking our fight to the doorsteps of our federal government and demanding that they cease all mandates against its people, wrote GoFundMe organizer Tamara Litch. Small businesses are being destroyed, homes are being destroyed, and people are being mistreated and denied fundamental necessities to survive. The decision for Canadian truckers to meet in Ottawa to protest the vaccine mandate comes as the industry struggles with issues such as disruptions to supply chain and shortage of drivers. Here they are. So these are photos from. Oh no! Is it kicking me out? Okay, cool, sweet. So these are photos from Joe Warmington. It's a little small, but it's yellow, so I'm assuming it's a no frills. So it's your basic everyday consumer grocery store. And they're empty. And my brother was telling me it's basically the same. I shop at Independence, which I can show you in a second, is obviously not that empty. They're never going to be empty. They're way too expensive to ever actually be really all that empty. So, but yeah, you can see empty. These are frozen veggies. Like, this is basically what people who are trying to eat more vegetables but save on them are buying. Then you got toilet paper, or, paper towel that's running low. Cereals, but this is, families are going to need this stuff. Tissue paper. I was going to say, I don't know what's going on with these Doritos, but he's referring to this rack here. I know those racks. Those usually have more chips on them, which, you know what? That's probably what's happening. Yeah, because normally when you go to, and this is inside of an Ottawa or Toronto, partially stocked or temporarily stocked. Temporarily stocked. I like that. And then you have these fruit containers empty, fridges empty, stalls empty. What? I think it was in the United States they were doing that thing like Russia did, where they had fake displays of food. Oh yeah, more fruits and veggies empty. This just goes to show you what people don't eat either. I believe, unless this stuff is like in season in Ontario or something, it's depressing. So that's what they're referring here to, the small businesses being destroyed, homes being destroyed, people being mistreated and denied fundamental necessities to survive, like food. The decision for Canadian truckers to meet in Ottawa to protest the vaccine mandate comes as the industry struggles with issues such as disruptions to the supply chain and shortage of drivers. The federal vaccine mandate could result in a loss of 12,000 to 16,000 cross-border commercial drivers, according to the Canadian Trucking Alliance. That's quite a bit. And I was reading, I don't know if I still have the article up there, it could, by 2023, it could be as much as 33,000? Where did I see that number? The enforcement, domestic, 30,000 federally regulated drivers. I don't think that's it. The enforcement of a federally domestic vaccine mandate on drivers could lead to as many. Yeah, that might be the one. But I saw something about it being in 2023. So if we come across it, we come across it. The mandate came into effect on the 15th, which means, this is basically at the end of it, I'm pretty sure. So, Valentin said the convoy to Ottawa won't be trying to block traffic and that his goal is to be loud. There was a border, here. They were blocking it, which, honestly, at this point, I don't care. It isn't anything half as bad as what happened in the United States last year, the year before, during all those riots and things. So I'm not entirely too bothered by them blocking any borders. It's not like anybody can come in or out anyway. We're all stuck at home, which I'm surprised. Yeah. Alex. Yeah. Oh, it's gone. The tweet has been deleted. Man, oh man, he must have felt silly. Oh, wait, somebody's banging against the side of my house. Yeah, I think it's gone. Anyway. Oh yeah, that's kind of sad. I only really listened to the one song, but Meatloaf died. And I knew him from the episode of House. So tied to this was, so we have issues with our supply chain right now, right? That's what I was just talking about. I got distracted looking for something else. And that, yeah, the picture of the food. What happened here? Let's take me back to that for a second. I'll try and figure out what the heck was this? It's supposed to be a train. Yeah. So BBC, I don't know if people have seen it, but BBC, thousands of stolen parcels litter, and the people are breaking onto trains. People are breaking onto trains and just stealing anything and everything. Basically just throwing it onto the tracks. I want to get a nice photo of this. Nice photo. Holy. Box of masks. Yeah, well, you know what? There, see? Look at that. So these are boxes of masks just thrown off the train. All of that garbage. Look at all that garbage. Imagine living in LA and seeing that. Now, look, I'm pretty sure these might be homeless people, but right next to these tracks, it's just kind of suspicious. It looks like people getting ready to jump onto the tracks. There was even a derailment a couple days ago. I'll see if I can show it. But look, it's open. That thing's just open. Imagine. By golly, sorry. I wanted to say by God at the same time, and just look at this. It's terrible. Amazon packages. I was a little confused for a second there. I'm like, how is that doing that? I shouldn't be there. Oh, don't want to mute it. I don't really care for that. Look at that. Look at all that like garbage now. I thought that's what this was at first. I thought I was looking like I knew it was LA. I'd already read down there, but I'd misread what it had said. I thought it was showing like how garbage filled LA was, but no, this is because of thieves. This is breaking on the trains and throwing stuff off. Now, I don't know what the solution to this could be. Do we go back to having, yeah, it is sad to see. I'm like, do they go back to having people ride on the train with taser guns shooting off people off the sides? Zapping them? I'll see if I can find the train derailed over here. Drones with, I wouldn't like to see a drone with a taser, but for some reason there's a part of me that thinks it would be funny to just have like these trains followed with like drones, taser mounted drones, or however you'd say it. Come on. Just trying to break onto the back of one of these trains. Yeah, you can't find any footage of it in this one. Well, that one doesn't help. Yeah, we don't need to hear that. But yeah, it's sad because a lot of people are depending on their packages to come in, especially in the United States right now, and especially in Canada. But to see something like this, and to find out that the cops can't even really do anything, Memeology, much more famous channel than mine, has a video of a cop just walking after. Just walking after some criminals, who are apparently in the middle of stealing off the back of one of these trains. Now, I don't know the full story there, but I do know that there's a lot of states or cities that they just don't do anything about crime. Somebody gets caught, they get put back out the next day. Sometimes that very night. And it's depressing because this is around Christmas. How many of those packages were Christmas gifts? Like, what is that? I don't know what a Humira pen is, but it's definitely a medical thing. Like if Carrie Ann were waiting for an insulin like this, I'd go nuts. I'd have gone crazy by now. Boxes everywhere. And that coupled with this vaccine mandate is what is basically what's making it difficult for anything to get into Canada. Because we use a lot of trains. I'm sure a lot of our packages, not necessarily on this side, possibly maybe, but I'm sure a lot of packages for Canada also pass through there. So we're basically going to be, if this keeps up, we're going to be losing 16,000 up to 16,000 drivers. Low end 12,000. It's never the low end. Are you kidding me? Like I said, stores are empty. BC plans on extending its restrictions. Oh, and their health minister said something really stupid. I'll let her say it. I'll let her say it. You know what? It was right around here. I don't want it to be too loud, so we'll start quiet.
About the measures that are important to help make sure that they can restart safely and still protect people.
So, for context, what she's talking about is health and fitness, like going to gyms and stuff like that and wearing masks and stuff.
Who are most at risk. The spacing requirements applies to people working out on their own, whether it's doing weights or on a treadmill, but also applies to group fitness classes to have that unencumbered space around people. Yeah. There must be enhanced ventilation with no fans or heaters to increase the temperature of the space, making sure that we have that important measure to ensure reduction in virus loads if possible. Looking at pre-bookings and time between classes as those are operational.
You can say it's strongly recommended to continue wearing a mask.
Things like cleaning. In addition, masks must be worn at all times, except when exercising, as we know that can cause challenges for some people. However, I will say it is absolutely encouraged during exercise, depending on what you're doing for most people, given what we know about transmission with Omicron right now, and must be used at all times by instructors and personal trainers and staff.
Okay, so I don't know how many of you watch Crowder. I do, of course. But last year, sometime in the summer, he did a workout thing where he showed when he was wearing the mask, his breathing oxygen level dropped to below the healthy recommended level of, he's in his 30s. So his heart rate had exceeded 157. I think it was 160. And the oxygen level was something like 93, and it shouldn't go below 95. So we know that you should probably just not wear a mask while working out. And if you're going to work, and if you're afraid, just stay home. These mandates aren't going to help. And yeah, see, can you breathe with a double mask? So I'll see, there it is. Well, the 96, 93, oxygen level, heartbeat, no mask, double mask. Why did this one save? Of course, this one's saved. I didn't think I had it up still. Don't need that. Oh, that. So yeah, see, you should probably just, or not even one mask. I wouldn't even trust one mask. Don't even, like, while working out. And then Canada is running something really ridiculous regarding masks. We're being told to continue wearing masks, even if it's a cloth mask, while the Wall Street Journal is saying that cloth masks don't work whatsoever. So I don't really know what the hell to do about all this. I say protect yourself. Do what you see is right. Follow your instinct to read as much as you can. Follow as much as you can. I'd say stay off of the MSM, the mainstream media. You know, speak the funny lingo. So now, I'm personally done with that. If you want to support the Truckers for Freedom, again, it's the hashtag. It's hashtag Truckers for Freedom on Twitter, and there's a GoFundMe. I don't have the link right now, but I'm sure I can get it in a second. Wouldn't take me long. Watch. Yeah. Here it is. 1 million. Oh, no, I don't need to. Leave me alone. GoFundMe page. Here it is. Link it in the description right now. go over the page quickly, I guess, now that I have it. To our fellow Canadians, the time for... So that... whoa. That's not... What did I click? I wanted to read more. Jeez. I wish I had money to donate to stuff like this. To our fellow Canadians, the time for political overreach is over. Yeah. Our current government is implementing rules and mandates that are destroying the foundation of our business, industries, and livelihoods. Canadians have been integral to the fabric of humanity in many ways that have shaped the planet. We are a peaceful country that has helped protect nations across the globe from tyrannical governments who oppress their people, and now it seems it is happening here. It definitely is. We're taking our fight to the doorstep of our federal government and demanding that they cease all mandates against its people. Small businesses are being destroyed, homes are being destroyed, and people are being mistreated, denied fundamental necessities to survive. It's our duty as Canadians to put an end to these mandates. Yes. It is imperative that this happens because if we don't, our country will no longer be the great country we've come to love. That's exactly it. This was a great country. It was a loving country, but clearly people don't care about each other anymore. They are very self-centered about what should happen next, and it sucks. I remember the last place I worked, people were very caught up in whether they were going to make it through this or not, which is fine. You got to protect yourself. But that's exactly what I'm saying. You don't force the government to protect you because they'll eventually come for you. Where is my next topic? The Batman. I'm back to that now. Go on. I'm going to harp on some more about the Batman. I just need to change. Here it is. So I'm a great fan of the Snyder Cut films. I've watched Man of Steel many times. A lot. I love it. We just watched it again last weekend. I'm probably going to watch it again this weekend. I was not a Superman fan until that film either. And people can complain about all they want. I don't blame them. I missed out on a lot, but I can kind of explain why. When I was a kid, the only exposure I really had to Superman was reading a Superman comic and then watching like him on TV in the animated form, which I didn't really watch much TV. I was not a great big fan. I did a lot of reading, so. And then the Nintendo 64 game. There was a little corner store in between the town I live now and the town I grew up in that had all these Nintendo 64 games you could rent. And one of them happened to be the Superman game. And I rented it. I played it for 30 minutes and my grandfather took me to bring it back and I rented something else. I don't remember what it was because that kind of overshadowed everything. So I've been a great big fan of the Snyderverse. So I was excited. I'll admit I didn't think Ben Affleck was going to be the greatest Batman, but he proved me wrong. And maybe Robert Pattinson, aka Shovelface, according to my brother, he might be good. He might be great. However, my issue is I wanted to see a different story. I wanted to see the story that was going to come out before this. So I'm just going to just talk about the Batman again, because we all know that Man of Steel was great. Batman versus Superman, the extended cut or whatever, was awesome. Just an incredible film. And that the Justice League, the Zack Snyder's Justice League was a great. Thank you for joining us, Derpy Gaming. I'm not saying I'm not excited to watch it, but in terms of what we could have gotten for the Batman film, I'm kind of disappointed. Because it seems like there's a lot going on there. So I'm actually going to jump into it there. So I'm going to start with this. The Batman is almost a horror inspired by the Zodiac Killer murders, which is kind of weird because did I see the clip that just came out on Twitter? Not yet. I was going to watch it after the stream. Because every time I put something on, I get a little flag. So I just want to be careful about that. But the one of the first, it's, I jumped through it a little bit. The car driving through the crowd, and I didn't listen to any of the audio yet, which I should have. I think I had my audio off for some reason. But it looks kind of like, yeah, better safe than sorry. Exactly. For me, it looks like the visuals look nice. But again, I'm hoping for a different story. So I'm sorry if I'm a little jittery there. I've drank like 3 cups of coffee. I jumped on here. But yeah, so it looks as though the Batman takes real life inspiration from the Zodiac Killer, which I think is kind of cool. I do think that part is cool. With a far grittier Riddler than we've ever seen before, I think his costume's kind of goofy. That I do have a problem with. And it's not that I think he should have a comic accurate costume. I just think this rubber suit with like a weird reptile head. I know it's not a reptile head, but on my phone it always looks like a reptile head with duct tape across the mouthpiece. That kind of looks funny. Director Matt Reeves even goes as far to say his superhero detective story is almost a horror. That's where I kind of get confused, because I thought they didn't want to go in a darker direction, and then they immediately make the Batman dark. During the interview, Matt Reeves revealed the grisly inspiration behind his... Wow, they just kind of repeat themselves. The premise of the movie is that the Riddler is kind of molded in an almost Zodiac Killer sort of mode and is killing very prominent figures in Gotham they are the pillars of society. Okay. And these are supposedly legitimate figures. It begins with the mayor, then it escalates from there. That's pretty cool. I don't know if it says it here. I'm just going to blast through it quickly. Apparently, they've even taken inspiration from a great film with Michael Douglas called The Game. It even has Joaquin Phoenix, I believe, playing his brother. Or it's not Joaquin Phoenix. If it isn't him, it's the guy who played Harvey Milk and I Am Sam. Basically, a Saw-like Batman Man movie. Oh yeah. From what I'm understanding, yeah. And he's going to go through, well, a game. Stars as the Riddler, a serial killer and nemesis of Batman who weaves an intricate puzzle to solve. But it looks as though, as always, the great and good Gotham City aren't all they're cracked up to be. I always like when they deconstruct big cities and fancy stuff like that. Maybe it's just a little anarchist inside of me, but I'm not down with the rich kind of person, but it's always funny to see stuff like that happen. In the wake of the murders, the Riddler reveals the ways in which these people were not everything they said they were, and you start to realize there's some kind of association. Okay, see, when they say stuff like that, it kind of gets me excited for the Court of Owl stuff, but at the same time, every time I look at this, I'm getting more Earth. Like, I know they call this Earth 2, but I'm getting, and I'll get into it later, Jeff Johns' Earth 1 vibes. Even though they're showing a lot of red. The Batman stars Robert Pattinson as a younger version of Bruce Wayne, and it looks as though the early days of his vigilante career will be focused on bringing Danos' obsessive serial killer to justice. But don't expect it to be easy. Although the recent trailer gives us a glimpse of a focused and determined Batman, Reeves explains that the film occasionally has more in common with a horror movie while still acting like a detective story at its heart. See, that's exactly it. No matter what, I'm hoping it's a good film. That's the other thing. Although I'm very much a Snyder fanboy, that's the other thing, is I want these characters to be treated a little better. Like I'm very much a big Zack Snyder's Justice League film and the extended cut of the Batman versus Superman. So getting to see something that might give them not necessarily a run for their money, but something that hopefully on par with, for me, Civil War, because that was one of the greatest Marvel films that had come out of there. And I do see that there could be some merit to this. It's just, as I'll get into later, why I'm hesitant. The idea of a place that, I'm actually excited that it's 3 hours long, because I'm one of the people who say movies should go back to the length they used to be. Like I've got basically my hard drive is made up of movies 4 hours long, 3 hours to 4 hours long, 10 Commandments. I'm locking up. Ten Command. Yeah, see, we'll get into it later. Quo vadis. It's not important right now. Sorry. This idea of a place that is corrupt and you try to swim against the tide in order to fight against it and make a difference is quintessential Batman. And that's true. That is actually true. At the center of those noir stories, almost always a detective, right? And that's why he's the world's greatest detective. And so this story, in addition to being almost a horror movie and a thriller, wow, now I feel like he's just adding things on. Not a modular thing. And an action movie at its core. It's also very much a detective story. It's very narrative. See, this part kind of makes me worried. He just sounds like he's just adding things onto it. Like, I guess his suit, I haven't seen this shot of it, and that shot's actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. And I like my cinematographic, I don't even know how to say it anymore. I'm not gonna lie, I need the washroom. That's what's giving me my brain stop. This is see, that's what I mean. This looks goofy. That's my only issue. Of all of the things in this film, it is the Riddler that is the goofiest. But maybe much from the comics. No, I will agree. Compared to the comics, it was garbage. I think it was the best out of the MCU. I'm not adding. Trust me. I like the Civil War for all the little, like the comic book Civil War. I liked all the little side things they did with it. There's a lot I wish they would have done instead, but I like how it was. I like my friend versus friend allegiances changing. But yeah, that last part is very much true. It doesn't feel like a war. I feel like it was just a placeholder for the film title as opposed to actually being about an actual civil war. Because they didn't really fight to the death until Tony Stark was in, what was it, Russia there? That's the other thing. I forget the last location I go to. See, my problem with him is he's got that. I'm not gonna lie. When I found out he was Batman, I thought he'd make a better Nightwing or something, just because of his scrawny figure and that look in his eyes, you know. Like he too watched his parents die, but it affected him differently. Oh, okay. I didn't notice the stitching on it. And for Selena Kyle, everything below the waist, I swear, looks fine. Emo Batman, I like that. Somebody was saying Twilight Batman, which I think is kind of unfair because I do like a couple of his other films, and he does do better outside of Twilight. My only issue with her is her hat. I don't know if you remember back in 2016, women kept running around with those pink pussy hats. Had those little ears on the side. This, I'm not gonna lie, this confused the hell out of me. What? My brother, I didn't realize who it was at first until I read Colin Farrell. There it is. I thought it was, and I thought it was such a terrible casting at first. Give me a second and I'll pull it up. I don't know why my brother was talking about him yesterday. Richard Kind. Well, hopefully, honestly, hopefully this entire bit is a phase, and if Earth 2 is good, fine, we can stick with that. They'll have to convince me, but yeah, I thought this was Richard Kind, and I was so confused. I'm like, but he's too funny, and maybe he really pulled it off well. But no, that's not. I'm on the wrong one. That's not who it is. I know I'm probably the only one who thought that, but like this kind of seems like a classic Batman shot. And again, for me, his car bothers me. I know he's just starting out. See, look, I'm not, again, I don't care if it's comic accurate. I just don't like this mask. Whatever you want to call it. I'm also not totally against the casting of Jeffrey Wright as Jim Gordon. I'm more upset that we don't get more what's his name there as Jim Gordon. Or if we do, no, I guess we won't, because we're not going to have Ben Affleck. We're going to have Batgirl. Yeah, see, look at him. That's how I used to dress. My dad used to call me emo. Now, I was never emo, but my dad thought I was. I just didn't like to dress like my brother. The muscle car, see, I like muscle cars, but I like Batman's goofy. Hopefully I don't get flack for this. I like all of his goofy, like it's too cool. Like it brings out the emo too much. I like his goofy, you know, all those fins that are rounded and wow, I guess I'm kind of saying I didn't like the Dark Knight Rises one, but yeah, I kind of like when they're long and skinny, which is funny because I'm kind of against Michael Keaton being Batman, and yes, it's because he's old, and if I will argue the whole Spider-Man thing too. I got something for that, but no, I don't know what it is. I think it's because for me it's not long enough. I don't know if that makes any sense, but every time I think of Batman and the Batmobile, I think of a long, skinny, I'd almost say ugly car. Now again, it doesn't have to be comic accurate. But now, is it me or does this cape just not fit well though? I know it's supposed to be homemade looking, and the cowl kind of goes really well to that. Although from here it kind of looks like Leatherface stitching the faces of his enemies together. This looks cool, but again, every time I see him in it, for some reason I think that would be so cool if it was blue and it was Nightwing. I was about to say, is that Jim Gordon? But that's Matt Reeves. For after this, oh, that will see. If they tease that in any way, I'm there. Just because I want to see Mr. Freeze on film. I'm one of those people who will see something, whether it's good or bad, but whoa, what happened? Is that the end of my slideshow? Oh, that's the end of my slideshow. Cool. So some of these look pretty good. Like here, this kind of looks like rubber. I'm pretty sure it's meant to. Because I like Mr. Freeze as a villain, just because of his whole situation with his wife or fiance or whatever. So the reason I brought that up is I wanted to talk about the Batman movie that could have happened, just because I was excited about it. And this was something I said I was going to do a few weeks back, and I never got around to doing. So I think it was this one I was looking at. I just want to make sure. Because somebody, I'd noticed something on Twitter. Somebody had pointed out Ben Affleck and Jeff Johns not getting along, and Jeff Johns making all these changes at Warner Brothers. Apparently he's still there, but it's not like that's really important. But that's kind of what I'm trying to show, two different sides to all this. I am excited to see him in the Flash film. Is that going to be enough to get me to go to the theaters for it or wait for it to come out? We'll see. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a huge Flash fan. Like the way he looks, or like the storyline. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was talking about it earlier. I read more than I watched, which is how I've came to love these characters in such a. I was not excited for Man of Steel because basically my only exposure was a Superman game. Batman was somebody I really liked, but I basically only read stuff, so I'm a little lost when it comes to both. I like that, yeah, okay. But that's exactly what I mean by sometimes I like goofy, because animated Mr. Freeze. Yeah, that I like that. Again, it doesn't have to be comic accurate, but again, I like all this. I did not know he could do that. This is awesome. If he can do that, I'm down with it. I don't even care if it doesn't make any sense. But that's what I mean. There are some things I'm gonna accept if it works, of course, because I don't want silliness for no reason, especially when it's supposed to be serious. Now, Batman does get a little sillier in the comics, I find, but again, I don't think I've said it in the stream so far. In the Batman Inc. series that I was reading, he's a little goofier, I find, than when he's on his own. So there's also that. So Batman and Robin like last time, and have like Arnold Schwarzenegger's good when he's good, but that's goofy done in the wrong direction. So Zack Snyder, I'll just read this one. If it isn't this one, I'll go on to the next one. Is here and it sees the return of... The article came out March 22nd, so yeah, I don't think it was this one. I'll start with this one. Is here and it sees a return of the original cast, including Ben Affleck's Batman. The actor stepped down from the role before his solo film was made, and at one time it looked as if he had given up the cape and cowl for good. He's returning in the Flash solo film to be replaced by Michael... And Affleck also reprised the role for additional photography on the Snyder Cut. With these latest developments in the story of Batfleck, his future and the fate of the canceled Batman movie seems uncertain. Oh no, it's definitely not happening, which is why I'm talking about it. Apparently a lot of, even my personal friends, I guess I haven't spoken about it enough with them. So we've rounded up the story of Scrap Batman movie from Affleck's first appearance in the DCEU up to now and explained what the film would have been about. Though it doesn't seem likely that we'll ever get to see it. Joe Manganiello, who plays Deathstroke, I apologize for messing that up, in the DCEU was going to be the main villain of the cancelled Batman movie, which is why I was excited to see it, as teased that he might not be done playing with the character. With that in mind, never say never about seeing this story come to life in some way in the future, even if it doesn't look at all that likely at the moment. Well, no, because kind of my complaint with Michael Keaton might come true with Ben Affleck. Age is going to become a thing, and my point with that is he made a great Vulture. Michael Keaton, sure, he made a great Vulture, but all his fighting was CG, basically. And I'm pretty sure most of his fighting as Batman was a lot of like, waka, right? So sure, we could say, well, it got different, and that's why he can train Batgirl. But why would we want a bastardized version of Batman Beyond when we could just get Batman Beyond? I mean, they're doing Batman Earth 2 or the Batman. Why can't we just do Batman Beyond 2? You know. So Ben Affleck was first cast as Batman way back in 2013, a few months after the... Oh, I did not know that part. I skipped this. I was looking for the other bit. The actor debuted as the Caped Crusader in 2016's BVS Dawn of Justice. The movie received largely negative reviews from critics. I loved it. I thought it was great. Now, could it have been better? Yes. Justice League, I wasn't a great big fan of, though. I shouldn't say that now. Batman vs. Superman theatrical cut wasn't terrible. It was kind of hard to follow, I'm not gonna lie, because I felt like if you left the room and came back at the wrong, like even 30 seconds later, you might not understand something. And has become a Snyder fan favorite years since its release, as has Affleck's Batman. Well, it helps with the extended cut. Not long after the movie premiered, a Batfleck solo movie was announced by the then CEO and chairman of Warner Brothers, Kevin Tsujihara. Well, that sucks that... Affleck then reprised his role for a small part in David Ayer's Suicide Squad, which apparently has a David Ayer's, there's a Zack Snyder's Justice League, Suicide Squad. I don't know what's wrong with my brain. There's a David Ayer's cut. Like its predecessor, it wasn't a critical hit, but it did perform well at the box office with Margot Robbie's Harlequin. And I could even do an entire bit on what was supposed to happen in there, because what I followed for that and what came out was not the same thing. That for me was eye-opening when I actually got to see that. How different it was versus what they teased at first. And you can go on Twitter and just find people who have done tons of cuts of showing the trailer and the theatrical. Originally, Affleck was set to co-write with Jeff Johns, direct and star in the Solo movie, but he stepped away from the director's chair in 2017 and was replaced by Matt Reeves. Reeves then scrapped the script and started fresh, and rumors of a new Batman soon sprung up. Profile. I just realized that was Dexter. That's Dexter in your profile. He's holding a lightsaber. Anyway, sorry. Affleck returned for, and I'm probably jumping again. So Reeves then scrapped the script and started fresh, and rumors of a new Batman soon sprung up. Affleck returned for 2017's Justice League. The story of that movie is fairly well known by now, but Snyder stepped away from the movie after a family tragedy, and Joss Whedon was brought in to oversee reshoots that substantially changed the film, which is true. Hence the hashtag release the Snyder Cut movement, and now hashtag release David Ayer's Suicide Squad. The Snyder Cut now streaming on HBO Max. You can even buy it on Blu-ray and 4K and all that. Theatrical cut was not a success with fans or critics, and it massively underwhelmed at the box office. Nothing just short of, I didn't even go see it in theaters, I'm not gonna lie. After Suicide Squad and hearing what was going on with Justice League, I didn't even end up going to see it. It wasn't until 2019 that it was finally revealed that Batfleck was no more. Robert Pattinson was announced to be a successor in May 2019, which is the one we were just talking about. So that's why I'm saying, compared to what we were getting and what we could have got, I don't know. That's why I may not go. That's why I'm planning on waiting till it comes out and then streaming it myself. Affleck seemed to wait. It wasn't up until 2019 that Robert Pattinson was announced to be a successor, starring Reeves as the Batman, which isn't in the same timeline as other DCEU projects. There's a infograph, I should try and go and look for it, that shows the new timeline, how it's coming. Affleck seemed to have left the DCEU behind for good, but in August 2020, news broke that he'd be returning for the role for The Flash, which is set to explore the multiverse, as Michael Keaton's Batman is also involved. We also learned in 2020 that Affleck returned for additional photography on Zack Snyder's Justice League, shooting his first ever scene opposite Jared Leto's Joker. It was March? Wow. That brings us up to the present, where the future of Batfleck is still blurry. Officially, he's not coming back, but stranger things have happened. Certainly in the DCEU. Jeez, I cannot read. Ben Affleck was, wow, why did Ben Affleck step down? Ben Affleck has revealed the reasoning behind him giving away from the cowl. I showed, wow, what? The reasoning behind him giving away the cowl. Pretty sure that's easier to say. I showed somebody the Batman script, the actor told the New York Times. They said, I think the script is good. I also think you'll drink yourself to death if you go through what you just went through again. The New York Times piece also said Affleck stepped down after deciding that the troubled shoot for Justice League had sapped his interest. Well, I wonder why. What would it have been about? Thanks to Joe Manganiello, we know a lot about the Batfleck solo movie would have featured. It was a really dark story in which Deathstroke was like a shark or horror movie villain that was dismantling Bruce's life from the inside out. It was a systemic thing. He killed everyone close to Bruce and destroyed his life to try and make him suffer because he felt Bruce was responsible for something that had happened to him. Actually, I think I made a mistake now that I'm reading this. I don't think it's the Batman that's like Michael Douglas's, like the Batman that's coming out. That's like Michael Douglas's The Game. I think it's this one. That was Michael Douglas's The Game. Which, okay. Maybe there's still some of that influence. I'm gonna guarantee you, maybe Matt Reeves, because a lot of films have been doing that. Look at the Joker. It has a lot of falling down, Taxi Driver. So maybe they'll both still have it. In fact, the original Justice League post-credit scene restored in the Snyder Cut set up the now canceled Batman movie. That was kind of a cool scene. I didn't quite understand it. That's why I didn't know what the hell was being said. In the Batman script, Deathstroke loses his son and blamed Batman for it. Manganiello told the Man vs. Game Twitch stream, which is why in the restored end credits sequence that appears in Zack Snyder's version, that was what we originally shot. It was Lex Luthor getting a hold of Deathstroke and letting him know, I know who killed your son. His name is Bruce Wayne. Manganiello also revealed about Deathstroke's characterization in the movie. I really didn't want Deathstroke to have powers. I wanted him to be just a man who experienced a tragedy, and instead of becoming this altruistic, I thought while I was reading that said autistic. Utopian who believed that people could be better in a better society, who was just this nihilistic killer, and there was a line. In the sand between the tactics he was willing to use and the ones Bruce was willing to use. Okay, so we'd see two different directions of what it was like to be an assassin. what he learns and what he learned. The film was also going to feature Arkham Asylum with cinematographer Robert Richardson, who was attached to the movie, explaining on the Happy Sad Confused podcast he was going more into the insanity aspect. So I think you would have seen something a little darker than what we've seen in the past, and more individual who's inside Batman. He was entering into a little more of Arkham. He's going into where you keep everyone who's bad, and everyone has shifted. He also included the caveat, there was a script, but not a loved script. There was a lot of work that he was doing to it. He was trying to change it. Could we see the movie someday after all? Manganiello doesn't think so, but he did say he hasn't said goodbye to Deathstroke yet. That's pretty good to know. There, Ben Affleck confirms he's working with something with Jeff Johns on DC. Figured out the best way to play Batman while making The Flash. Okay, so this is, that's not it either. So I was talking about the wrong one. So Batflex, Batman movie, was similar to the game, which honestly, go watch it. It's such a good movie. I watched it while I was a couple years ago. It's got a kick-ass scene towards the end that is just worth watching it a few times. Or I click on something that gets... Here it is. So this is why I believe Jeff Johns is kind of the reason for these huge changes, and why the Riddler is more central to the film than he was going to be in... If he was going to be in... Because I had read, and it was really only on Twitter, because I don't think I've read anything here that said anything about there being multiple villains, including Riddler, Joker, Mad Hatter, and Bane. That was all on Twitter. Not going to say it was true or anything, but Riddler was supposed to apparently also be. Ben Affleck allegedly clashed with Jeff Johns and was forced out of the Batman film. This is JHBstream. Take it with as much of a grain of salt as all of the others. Ben Affleck had recently come out with his truth, see, that the stress behind Justice League had him quitting the Batman role, but new scoop details just exactly what went down behind the scenes, revealing what Affleck was forced out of revealing that Affleck was forced out of the role. I swear I'd read this one earlier. As per Film Gob on YouTube, it was a clash between Affleck and Jeff Johns that was the main problem when it came to the Batman. Executives were worried that his Batman movie would be received poorly because it was tonally similar to Batman vs. Superman, and Johns apparently wanted to make the film more optimistic. Affleck and Johns apparently couldn't come to a compromise, and the stress from the negative press of Justice League, as well as Affleck's divorce from Jennifer Garner, all came crashing down on Affleck, and he was given the option to opt out before they got another Heath situation. Wow, I feel like they're threatening him. For now, it looks like Affleck is just focusing on getting his life back. Okay, so there's a really weird thing that was pointed out on Twitter, but I wouldn't say it's entirely wrong. Jeff Johns has a hand in a lot of pies, and he's kind of seems to be treated like he's the Jon Favreau of Warner Brothers, at least for the DCEU, because or the DC stuff, because he what? I swear he's the guy who did everything for Arrow. The Flash, writer, Titans, Stargirl, Aquaman. Hands on a lot of pies, right? And his Titans, Arrow, see? Superman Unbound, Green Lantern. So he does a lot of stuff. Writes for the DC Universe Online. Now, I did go through this earlier. Has nothing to do with the Batman anymore. That's fine. It's a little, for me, it's just a little concerning that he didn't like the use of all of Snyder and Affleck's using all this, was it Grant Morrison stuff? Pretty sure that's what I was. Let me pull it up one more time. I don't want to get the names mixed up. That's why. That was a prime minister. Yeah, I meant Grant, by the way. Whoever I was speaking to earlier. I meant Grant. I got him. Australian Prime Minister. I do that. Using Grant Morrison's line of work and stuff like that. Which is weird, because I swear the two of them worked on Final Crisis, which is where all this was basically probably going to head in the first place. Not anymore. Trying to remember where I was at with my line of thinking. So the Batman. I think Jeff Johns is kind of just stroking himself off in this case, because it's clear there's a lot of influence from Batman's Earth 1. Basically Volume 2. 6 months after those of Volume 1, a mysterious killer who calls himself the Riddler is murdering people in Gotham, hoping to get Batman's attention. Elsewhere, after losing track of one of the drug dealers, and this is a though called Earth 1, it's a separate timeline from the basic, regular Earth 1. There was a couple of titles, and these are actually good. I'm not saying they're not good stories. This isn't the story I wanted to see the other Batman film. So that's just the differences in the two films. As you can see that Jeff Johns is wanting to tell his stories harder than anybody else's. And I think it's going to affect people there. Clearly it affected Ben Affleck. That's why he left. Do I hope the Batman is good? Yes. Because if that is good, I'll forgive. Not everything else. Like them going and doing that other thing they're doing with the DCEU timeline. The Shazam and the Supergirl and the Batgirl being led by octogenarian Batman. That's just, I don't understand that. I'm sorry. I can't. I think that's a terrible move. Anyways, I'm just going to go grab a refreshing on my water and stuff, and I will be right back. And then I'll switch over to Guardians of the Galaxy. Alrighty. Now, time for some gaming. Okay, continue. So, I'm not gonna lie. This is going to probably be the last stream I play for Guardians of the Galaxy. Don't do that, you psycho dog. Oh, I forgot my water. I go get refreshments and I forget. So this, yeah, as I was saying, probably going to be the last time I do play Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm not. I don't. It's not a very fun game for me. I don't know if that's gonna, rile some horns or something, because I saw a lot of people saying this was a. Yeah. But this is definitely it. It really reminds me of Final Fantasy 13. Just a lot of talking.
Rocket, do your magic.
A lot of hallways.
Just let me do it.
It's been my biggest issue with it. None of my choices seem to matter. I wanted to space a llama, didn't.
That must be the comm relay. Our ticket off this heap.
Which means if I wanted to space
How long is this gonna take?
rockets, I probably wasn't going to.
I'm gonna need your help.
Grenades and all of that stuff.
All right, just stand right here. Okay. Perfect.
Maybe it's just because I'm not a hardcore Guardians fan.
Why are we
Boy,
pretending
howdy.
we did not witness what we
Kinda
witnessed in the
break down
ceremonial
the door.
chamber?
Because the promise
I've got
is
Grond
the
at my door.
How can you be certain?
Grond,
Because I
Grond,
wanted to believe
Grond,
it. But
Grond.
maybe when I woke up, it...
We'll all be gone.
What did you see?
Saw yourself, Groot? Is that what you saw? Wonderful. What the hell? Supposed to be.
I saw my mom. Alive.
But she wasn't alive.
There was something else there too. Shadow.
Was there?
Exactly.
Whatever it is, it's using the girl.
Yeah, we need to. I like the fact that I get to beat up a little girl. I'm excited to do that. Just shoot her with my gun.
Oh, girl.
I know she's.
That so far has been the most looked forward to part of this game. At least they're
That was
boss
completely
fight.
intentional. The Milano's on her way.
Something ridiculous. Watch, the Guardians are gonna have to do. I thought he was on fire for a second. The Guardians are gonna have to find some way to
All right.
get the shadow out of her to beat the hell out of that.
Realize what we did.
Where are you running off to? I really wish you could play the other Guardians.
You they used the word dog.
I'd just play Groot.
So we're gonna have to get creative.
Okay, just.
See, it's mainly, and that's what I mean. So far, it's just been
That's exactly what we're gonna
It's
do.
been so much of a, like a Final Fantasy 13 style.
Peter, there's a workbench we can use.
Where? Oh, thank you for letting me know.
Still hunting us.
Where did I miss
We
it?
need to get through here, but the stupid Faith Tech door ain't powered.
So how do we charge it?
That was so weird. They just dropped that.
Power port.
I can punch a
It's a nice
workbench.
bench. Perfect for tinkering.
I have more fun with the Marvel's Avengers game. Not gonna lie. I prefer that.
It's all yours. Now that was some quality crafting, if I might say so.
Yeah, well, they're kind of. That's kind of your job.
Maybe I can just zap it?
Run
Is that
some faith.
where?
Unless your guns can squeeze out some faith juice, we're screwed.
And nothing.
Told ya.
Base battery. Oh, I get it now. I need to find one of those little golden cubes. Oh, Jesus!
Got a lazy death bot here. His battery might still have some juice. Whoa!
Oh, boy.
Not cool.
Registone's kind of creepy. I guess he'd be the metal
You know
one?
what you're
Whatever the
doing.
metal one was called.
Battery in the battery slot, right?
No.
Will this work?
One way to find out. Hook
The
it
blower,
up.
the door just blows up. Can we go in? Oh, no!
You want to fetch the destroyer?
Okay. To do what?
Drax, you coming, man? Drax? Hello?
Do I go get him? Why'd it tell me to put on my helmet?
Hey, Drax.
Did you fall asleep?
It has occurred to me that this may be nothing more than a lingering dream.
It's not.
This is the dream?
Promise.
Is he the butterfly, or is the butterfly him? I don't trust you all of a sudden. I feel like you're gonna try and kill me now. Yep, better not let it happen. This would make a good movie.
Yeah, that is kind of scary.
I've never heard any shit make that noise. Not even Chitauri.
I wonder what is happening.
Singing?
More like distant chanting.
Well, we're gonna get to it pretty soon. I can tell you that. We're not gonna be on... Rally the team.
Guys, whatever's up there, I just want you to know that there's no
Oh, I hear
I'd
it
rather
now.
have
Hold
by my...
on. Is now really the best time for a we're about to die
Oh,
scene?
he may.
That's not what I'm doing.
What is, I wonder... Are we gonna meet their
Whatever
god?
it is, it's really close.
Bunch of kids in PewDiePie clothing. Look at them! Look at them all. They're all here to see a 9-year-old girl.
There must be millions of them.
I think she's 12. I can't remember. Yeah, she's 12. It was
How are
12
we
years.
supposed to help? We need to worry about getting our own tails off this death trap.
Can I jump down there and join them?
Let me make sure Cosmo knows everything about this
Oh.
nightmare. He'll know what to do.
The church comes for us!
Flark!
Does it?
Think we can hijack that skiff?
This reminds me of a part of Tron.
Safety's off, people!
I'm surprised your gun even has a
What's the
safety.
game? Tron 2.0.
Hope the rest
They're getting closer.
of the
Doesn't really do anything. Oh, now I can damage him. I gotta be careful.
Down here! We'll be fine! Just
Gotta
don't
pay
get
attention.
shot, or let us get shot!
See, this is the part of the game I don't like. Combat. I feel like it lasts too long, despite the fact that they want you to feel like you're having fun.
Yeah, no shot! Keep trying to kill us!
Boy, howdy. And I guess you're supposed to try and have fun doing different things to get the whole team involved, but at the same time, it kind of feels weird.
Don't make this a habit. Can't tell if they feel pain, but I know they
Who's
feel
left?
dead.
This weird dude in the
They call us for original experience?
padded coat? I mean, how come Gamora's didn't do anything?
Get the point?
That it? Cool. Oh, we can take one of these rifts
We
or
should have just stuck
whatever.
to what we're good at.
And what's that?
Con jobs, smuggling, and heists.
Well, how? What are we gonna steal from
Would
them?
have run into them eventually.
I don't think they have anything to steal.
Let's see what we can do with this gun.
They got money sitting somewhere.
Come on.
You sure you can... Whoa!
If just one small
See,
thing
you just
power
keep.
would power one of
It's
those
it's just
robots. Imagine
following
how
a
much
series of
They're
events.
conquering planets
Which,
now.
like,
Even
and
this is
like,
small
what I mean is, you just go from one place to another with something bad happening.
We're okay. We're just bouncing off the shield. Scott, shield
I feel like I
down.
have no control.
Blast 'em.
Keep your heads down. I got this.
Was I actually supposed to fight them? Supposed to be electrifying them?
Get off.
I don't even think I can do anything.
Hell, suckers!
Where are we headed?
Why do they fight us?
they have a
Well,
wish.
I don't even know who's shooting at us. Keep running. I guess the point's just to survive. Where's the Milano? Oh, hello. What was that? Oh boy. I've been playing a lot of No Man's Sky because I figure if I'm gonna play something spacey, might as well do that. It doesn't really matter whether you I'm just blasting through these, but I'm basically just I don't feel like I'm really doing anything. With Marvel's Avengers, I feel like when I throw Cap Shield, it's actually yeah, I got these right here. I guess I could zap them. I guess there is that. These no electricity. Oh, I died. See, it's you'd say I'm bad at it, sure. But at least Dark Souls keeps me interested with the combat. I know it's weird to compare it to that, but I compare it to Marvel's Avengers, and again, at least the combat keeps me interested. I don't know really what's going on here. I don't know if it's because I'm not a fan of the Guardians. Because I thought I was. I played this. If I make it through. Pay attention to my health. I wasn't doing. Oh, he's an electric guy, huh? Oh, he's doing a thing. Gotta break his shield. I mean, I could guess use that, but why would I? Wish there was a quicker way there. Oh, better watch my health. Yes, we do. I'm trying not to die. But I jump up here. I mean, a bit more range, I guess. Not range, but distance from them. Oh, is he? That's true. That's what he does. Oh, no! How do I fix him? Usually you just press square. Who's holding him down? Whoa! It's triangle. Ah! No. Uh-oh. I'm dying. I'm going down again. Now I've got enough help to fix him. I guess not. Yeah, I know. I can't do anything about him yet. Medicinal conduit. See? Wow. Back while it loads. Maybe now I'll do a little better. Did it advance it for me? I think it advanced it for me. I don't know if it can do that, but I feel like this is not the same for everything. Maybe it's be the problem. Those. Keep forgetting Quill has abilities. Triple attack. That's useful. Yeah, they're trying to make sure we can't get off of this thing. I'm so glad. I remember, see, I'm a fan of the Avengers game. I remember reading a lot, people saying that I'm, what, 9 chapters into this? People's biggest issue is monetization. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, the last patch, I just thought of that, the last patch is pretty buggy. But up until now, everything has been fun. For me, I've had no issues. I'm not saying nobody's had issues. But I'm saying people who think this is better than that, no way. How about we just don't do this anymore? So we got to do this again.
We don't want to be here for reinforcements.
These guys are stubborn.
Yeah, they are. Oh, and a big thing. Oh, I hate these.
Not good. Get ready for a fight.
Ace it? I'm already dead. Electricity work on it? Oh.
They're trying to. This won't hurt much.
That has something.
Man, that giant robot can take a lot of pain.
How about I hit it with the big? Keep hitting it with the big attack. Whoa! Wasn't expecting that. Maybe my biggest issue is I feel like for a game that has 5 characters, why do you have to be stuck by it? That's my thing. Because that's not what I meant to do. But you couldn't like back out of it.
This battle could be over, traitor, if you would leave the bludgeoning to me.
Not my fault.
Shower.
Than my sword.
Slower than me.
50 units as me and Groot can mow them all down without you.
Might get through this and that'll be it.
Whoa, guys! Don't keep saying
These, I don't know. This is kind of fun. I guess. These little team ups. Again, I would still rather.
Can't wait to take him down.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, this is probably my last attempt to enjoy this.
I thought Raker made that pretty clear. Hold him down,
Oh,
take him down fast. We need to get up.
I've gone from enjoying it to not. Like the longer you play, I swear.
Hold up, Rocket. Groot, slow him down.
It basically boils down. I could imagine. I honestly, it's.
Another cultist.
Imagine playing like I'm playing on harder difficulty. So I've got to. I kind of have to do this. I could just imagine playing on easier difficulty. You probably just shoot everything and walk through this thing. Yeah, sure, I died a couple of times, but I'm through it, aren't I? I've gotten this far. Watch, I've swapped out some easy custom. And sure, the difficulty for the Avengers game is basically the same thing going up, and there's scaling gear, so there's that as well. I don't know, I feel like there were actual mechanics to follow, then there still are. And okay, maybe I can't compare it to that. Man game? I think I can compare it to that. What's shooting me now? Oh. I didn't even see them. Other one? Down there. I didn't even know that was... Oh, he blinked out of existence. That's another thing. This thing has more visual bugs so far than either of them had. They didn't make a statue, but look. Fucking creep. What the f... Are we actually yelling? What is going on?
Just watch your back, bud. They got home ship advantage.
No more stiffs.
I think we
Yeah,
tracked
no,
them all
we're good.
anyways.
So they were called skiffs. I think I called it a rift. That was my problem. I called it a rift, not a skiff. That's why I was confused. I didn't say the right word. Excuse myself. Haha, my laser gun shoots faster than yours. What if I just shot you with electrical? That stunned you. I'm glad that I got this for myself. That. I have no idea even what's still going on. I know I gotta save this little girl. I've skipped... I don't think you can even skip cutscenes. I've skipped less cutscenes than this than I have in anything else. Oh, Jesus! I know that isn't an issue.
Never see it coming. Big guy is not back.
Who? What big guy? At least we're trying different attacks. I don't know what's going on. I also enjoy like games where you could take a moment to go and grind things mindlessly. That might just be me. Where is this imaginary fight room? Looks like one of the rooms from Portal.
Voices down.
Voices. Hey, it's the little munchkin.
I'm going after Raker. Don't follow.
Don't follow.
Trust me.
Why wouldn't we follow?
Uh-oh. We got another scut ton of goons coming our way.
Well, I kind of need you. Well, it's a good thing I didn't upgrade you, huh? Taking a break for it, man. Doing the one thing you want her not to do.
Can't believe she just ran off.
She knows what she's doing.
Does she?
We gotta get through these guys.
Beam them up.
What the? Coach is choosing his team members.
Yeah, I know.
Our enemies grow stronger. Hang tight.
Oof. No. I don't want to go down here. It's not how I intended to spend it. Oh, no. Get out of here. Ah, and I got shot. See? I don't even get annoyed when I go down in this one. Because it's just... Like playing Batman, I get heated when I go down. I get angry. I get annoyed. Not. Nope. Okay, that explains a little bit. Let that just be like that. So I won't crash anything.
Voices down.
Oh, this is great. I don't want to play Batman. If I go down again during this fight, I don't care. I have kind of just been playing this to see what it was. Basically, it went from being a kind of entertaining game to a, I don't know why. I don't. I'm not too early. I'm already almost dead. That's kind of my own game. God. Gamora is our girl. If she can't do it, no one can. I just gotta get closer. Oh no. Oh! I don't really know what dodging when it works. Because I'm being shot from all over anyway. Look at that. Go this way. His jump feels so pathetic. I don't know why I did that.
How do you know what a hangover feels like? Wait, there's root wine from Planet X and you ain't never shared it?
Would it even affect you?
Yeah, what happens if Gamora don't catch up? Once
That's
they
fine.
realize we're on the Milano, they'll throw everything they flark. How's that thing still dogging us? Run, go!
Ah, that's such a fun part.
I hate everything in this ship! Go, go, go!
Look at the corners, I guess. Oh, they got in the way.
These boots are heavy, okay?
Yeah, they are. It's ridiculous.
We need to keep moving forward.
Oh? She just slammed into that. That was awesome. That was fun. That was good. Yay. And I swear, I maybe it's just me. And I played Walking Simulator, you know? Death Stranding. See? I know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry. You just advanced me yet again. See, I'm okay with it maybe once, but I don't need it to happen twice. What is that? Either let me get stuck and I don't advance. Fine by me. It's never stopped me from the cast. I'm lost in Bloodborne yet again, and I'm full aware I could just pull up a guide, but I'm not going to do that. Not because I would think it's not fun. Oh crap.
Well, stop wasting time. I have a switch.
Yeah, well, why is... Didn't really lost him, that's okay. Oh. There's a running away. I was unaware of that.
Stop showing off.
Yeah. See that? They could be a little more clear that we're... Did I not? Oh, I didn't. Okay. I gotta press and hold. It's true. I love how everybody... Like, I don't even understand this as a... The first point unlocked... Hello! I'm just going on complaining about Guardians of the Galaxy.
You know they're gonna open fire as soon as they detect her.
I tried to enjoy it. I got to this point. I don't know. I think I'm missing the point. Oh, at least they're in the air. I'm pretty sure I'm almost done anyway. So if I can't finish it off there tonight, well, oh Jesus. Normally I time that well, but today I'm just doing bad. Just think compared to Spider-Man, it's not as good. Or the other Marvel's titles at the very least. Get up! Look at him. What do you do? Tap him? No. Oh, I target him. If he's the one causing the problems. Yeah, no Drax is down. But now I can get him up. Oh, there's the rocketing. Raccoon. Isn't that Gamora? Yeah, it's Gamora. Who's pinning you down? Target now. There, yeah, spin him around, Drax. Do the do-si-do. Oh, I thought he said Groot saw his face. What does that matter? I'm hoping I can get through this. I've been enjoying Fallout 76 though. Just going to lurk. That's cool. I've been enjoying Fallout 76 there though. I'm playing. I enjoy walking through the hills. This reminds me, as I was saying earlier, it reminds me too much of Final Fantasy 13. Minus a free roam spot. Look, you rig this place to blow? That, oh, Jesus. Looks like the Pokemon there, Registeel or Regice. The big pew-pew. Wondering how. Yeah. Yeah. This one's cool though. It's not colored like the others. You like pure faith energy? Drax, don't worry. I figured out his weakness. Grab that. Oh, would you look at that? Held that. Oh no. Don't you dare threaten me. Wow, there's a lot of guys now. Oh no! Uh-oh, uh-oh. Well, yeah, the trick is to be quiet, Drax. Oh, at least it's taking it. I mean, I'm hitting it way after it's going on, so. The worst part is, I'm pretty sure I'm playing this with a bit of... Oh, God. Oh, God. I thought it was down. Oh, no. Alright. Try this again. Once more with style. Speaking of that. Joss Whedon released a pity article about himself. I was talking about Justice League earlier, so I might as well talk about this. He released a self-pity article where he tried to say him sleeping with cast members on Buffy was something at the time he felt like if he didn't do, he was going to regret for his whole life. And that's why it was okay. Not that he was saying that's why it was okay, but you know, that's why he did it. Like that in the moment, that's a terrible reason. I don't know who he slept with, but still, I think it's kind of funny that the pity article for why he, he's not that bad of a guy. Him yelling at people on the set of Justice League wasn't that big of a deal. He tried to say what was it? That Gal Gadot just misunderstood him. Her grasp of the English language is not what she thinks it is. Oh boy, I'm gonna try and focus on it.
Man, that giant robot can take a lot of pain.
I don't even like it. Not that I don't like its design. I mean,
Don't distract me when I'm hot deep in explosives.
that- send guys after us. Okay, I want to save the chair for after the next part of the fight begins. That table or whatever it is. Fun. I'm gonna break my finger trying to get it to double tap every time. I thought he said the war. I'm missing the war. Shoot who in the ass? Who? I don't mind the jumping around aspect. It's just in this fight, it's kind of hard. Keep up with it. That big guy. Ah! I just realized his gross hands. Triangle go. That would have been nice. Hey. Surge it up. I can't see. Where's it? What? There's the red. Come on. No. No, no, I didn't. Come on. Ah!
Peter Quill, I would value some assistance.
You would, wouldn't you, coward? Can't do it on yourself, Drax. Triangle. Oh my god. Why? When do I get the fire? Like, well, how can I be almost done? I've got like 2 more elemental slots. By golly. I feel like... Oh, yeah, what are you worrying about fighting for? Oh, that's actually pretty powerful. What I should be doing. Basically one-shot kills. Oh, I timed it wrong. I want to rush you, though. I think it's because I'm getting the hack animations confused. That's why I keep thinking I've double tapped it. Are these more dudes? Yeah, crapping off more dudes. Oh no. Who's talking? That's basically his best attack. Drax do the thing? Good. Ooh, oh no, not these. A medicinal conduit. Yeah, no, I know. Oh boy. Am I stuck in a... What is this? Get me out of the wall. How do I get out of the wall? I need a surprise. Oh, here's a surprise. That's my surprise. More health for me. I gotta go fix them now, I guess. I thought I could just shoot them, but I think I'm thinking of... Hey! Oh, jeez. What did I just do?
Why do I feel no honor in this fight? This is about survival.
That's it. I think that's an area of attack anyway. Oh, who the...
This is infuriating. You will not bend.
I feel they fight as well as see. Guys in the oh no. No. Oh boy. Yeah, well, how do I free myself? That's the bigger question. Zap him. Drax. Oh boy. Does he? I think I know that. I'll get Drax first. That's more important.
Ding ding, round two.
Now I can.
Our foes laugh as their shaman compels them.
Down.
Struggle in vain. Don't let him shoot rocket. Perhaps they will not even notice.
It's gonna go good. It goes through them. Hold him down. And now he's dead. Oh, we're breaking their mothership thing. Where'd the more go? Oh look, they got multiple Registeel. Does it matter? See, the music's good. It's very heroic. Oh look, a slide. Whee! Look, more pointless choices. I love how he just ragdolls. He's dead. He's not even that far. He's just dead already. He doesn't even get to fall. God damn. Maybe I should pull up the Joss Whedon article, go over it. Laugh at that. Laugh at it. King of Nerddom just falls. There's been a lot of that lately. Kevin Smith. I almost called him Kevin James. Kevin Smith. You know who keeps surprising me? Rob Schneider. Watch, this is the wrong way. Oh no, there's just these damn holes. Lovely. What a weird sewer system. I mean, all video games have weird sewer systems. That's not really the point. This one's just kind of like unique in the sense that there's both jumps and holes. Like holes in the walls. Oh shit. Mine. Oh no. My raccoon, he's going to die. Somebody give him mouse to mouse. Well, I guess there's Drax I gotta worry about too. Oh no, he's got a mouse to mouse rebreather. Oh, so does Drax. Look at him. He's freezing over though. We're gonna die. Exposure is a real thing. Not so worried about the tree. Oh, is this where he's gonna get his fire powers? Look at his chain. That's pretty cool. Careful, guys. You're gonna intersect. Ooh. That can't be comfortable. You gotta have frostbite. Expanse does that pretty well. Naomi does a ship-to-ship in space transfer. That doesn't look threatening at all. Where we landed.
You must go back.
Chapter 9.
Crazy.
Oh,
I like
how
filling
many?
sprees as much as the next guy, but we barely got out of there alive.
What about Gamora?
Better be 10.
She made a choice.
Did?
You're just gonna
Stay
abandon
behind?
her? And Nikki?
Yes.
What if it was Groot? You gonna leave him behind too?
Don't talk
Not
about
Groot.
that. That's not what this is about.
Isn't it though? We're supposed to be a team.
We're
Teams don't
supposed to
leave
be
people
friends, a family.
Trying to attack an army of robots and brainwashed believers we barely got away from.
Yeah, don't make me go back to the Westboro Baptist Church. Hey!
behind. Gamora.
I didn't know I had a choice. That wasn't trust.
Yes,
You okay?
How'd you get back?
it doesn't matter. I failed. Raker lives.
Like your arm. Gamora, your arm.
I have to go back.
Can we talk about your arm?
Leave Nikki there.
Why?
What he'll turn her into.
Oh, he's like Thanos? He's like
Oh, you
Thanos.
said that horrible childhood. Ooh,
Rocket!
what? It's true. Guess
We're
what?
going back for the little girl, aren't
You
we?
had it bad. It don't mean we're angling to commit suicide because
I'm with the
some
raccoon.
pseudo-priest nut
I just want to pay my
jobs.
fines
Surprise, nut
and
jobs.
GTFO.
If we go back there, we're dead. D-E-D. Dead.
Oh, you're missing a letter.
I'd rather die with honor than without.
Don't worry, if we just stop here, you won't die at all. Kinda looks like a Shrek model. Just
Crawled up her butt and died. So, get the Flark out of Dodge?
Not yet.
you borrow that from
Try
him.
to get a hold of Cosmo instead.
Does space have a Dodge City?
Great plan, only he ain't answering the passport.
Okay, but what choice
Set
do we
us up.
have? We don't have comms.
Well, actually, we might have comms.
Can't believe it. We trusted a dog and he
Flark
set us
as I
to.
originally thought.
Really?
That's what you get for trusting the Russians. Speaking of, they're about to invade Ukraine.
Okay.
And Biden pretty much said,
Sounds
I mean,
like
we
we're
didn't hear what
gonna
we
lose
heard
the
according to that creepy redhead, Jen Psaki,
Better
but
not slice through anything in that cargo bay. We ain't restocking anytime soon.
duct tape, man. Just take the fridge and duct tape.
Excuse me, I ain't the one advocating to throw ourselves to the Florkins. Right, Drax?
I'm done looking out windows. I can go into people's room. Oh, this is not somebody's room. Do I have things to talk about?
So, Drax, you feeling sucky
What is this?
because Quill took
Oh yeah,
you
his
inside?
thing.
I see you have discovered my.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
I guess I couldn't help myself.
We could talk about this.
It's a rap sheet.
I suppose that it is impressive to criminals.
Reformed
It's like a
criminals,
resume
as in
for
past
criminals.
tense.
Kind of
We're legit now.
show it
remember?
to like a mafia boss, and
I
he's
think
like,
we share
"Oh,
the same definition.
you've murdered people.
Okay, fair. maybe
Wonderbar.
not, but
Would you
still,
like to work for
who
us?
kills Thanos ends up in the most infamous
We
prison in
sell
the galaxy?
cocaine on the
It's gotta be
street
one hell of a
corners.
Story.
Which part would you like to hear, Peter Quill?
Little bit of
Do I
wacky
allegedly killed the
tobacco.
Mad Titan, or are you enamored by my stay in the kiln?
Titan. How'd you stop Thanos?
Thanos, obviously.
Yeah, because I don't think he's dead.
He was supposed to
You keep saying allegedly.
Bam! Player 2 is joined. Just how'd you do it? How'd you take Thanos
Exactly.
down?
With sorcery.
Not dead.
Come on, really?
Really, after Thanos murdered my family, rage filled my heart. In my search for revenge, I found
Doctor Strange.
You mean a mentor, right?
No. Mentor is
Oh.
his name. And his brother Cronus.
Mentor and Cronus.
Sorcerers. They gave me a sleeping potion.
Oh, you're still
that
asleep.
grant my greatest desire. Finding and killing Thanos.
You're messing with me.
But he's not dead.
I'm not. When I awoke, I was changed. I could sense the Mad Titan's vile life force, feel it pulsating from across the galaxy.
So you were able to hunt him down based off of his stink,
I
huh?
know how it sounds, Peter Quill.
Stink of a genocidal maniac.
That you believe this happened is just... It's pretty out there. Even for space stuff.
Regardless,
Well, I mean, you have a wizard on your
I followed
planet.
the
You just
pulse in
don't know.
my mind until it led me to a moon in the Black Quadrant.
I mean, you don't even know what the Avengers are. You went through
Found
that hole.
Thanos,
And you're like,
hiding like a coward. Our battle waged for days. Each of us trading blows across the moon's inhospitable surface, equal in strength, equal in our resolve to see the other dead once and for all.
And then you...
allegedly.
delivered the final blow.
I recall throwing a final swing before I collapsed from exhaustion. When I awoke, I was in a hospital on Atlantis. Many rotations had passed, and I was being hailed as a hero.
For killing Thanos.
Allegedly. The very fibers of my being say otherwise. I can still feel him out there.
There you go. He's not dead.
I have no doubt in my heart that he survived, just as I did.
What was it like? In the kiln?
Thought I could only listen
He
to one of
would
the
not
other.
have survived the cycle. Why?
See, these parts are cool, but that doesn't
Maybe
make a...
know someone there?
Then pray they died quickly.
Yikes. It's really that bad?
Worse.
Or hype this up a little too much.
However, after the chaos I wrought in my misguided quest for revenge,
Faces.
it was a well-deserved punishment.
Right.
Not that
The
long.
rampage.
That is one way to describe it. After my battle with Thanos, I became convinced that he still drew breath. I demanded proof, but when none was provided,
gonna
I convinced
Google
myself
later.
that others were
See
concealing
how many
his
there
location.
are. This is getting out
I
of
saw
hand.
his hideous visage in every shadow, and murdered anyone I thought was hiding him.
Some of which were very bad dudes.
Perhaps. It is not my place to judge.
But we're going around killing a whole bunch of people.
How'd they stop you? Novacore, I mean. You're Drax, the Destroyer. There's not a bounty hunter alive who could have taken you down.
I surrendered.
What? Why?
I had succumbed to madness, and become the very thing that I hoped to vanquish. Once I realized that, I could not live with the monster that I had become.
Well, the important thing is that you're here now. With us. Man, we're not
And
going
not
back to
on
prison anytime
the other side of us, fighting us, trying to kill us. Oh boy, that was... See you later.
Can't wait for Starpants to see what I do to the weapon system.
What?
It's gonna be
The
great.
cart, the spaceship's weapon system? Oh yeah, a little ring, assassin ring. I need to talk about this again. Yeah, we can talk about stuff more.
I saw
Okay.
you looking at those.
What are you working on, Rocket?
Yeah, I'd like to just space
It's a little
myself.
upgrade for the Milano's weapon systems.
Honestly, if I could, at the end of my life, that's what I'd do.
From Novacore.
Cool.
In like
How soon can
60
you try it
years,
Depends on how long you're gonna stand there.
I'll let the,
bothering
then
me.
that's how I'll let them use my body for research.
I'll be right there.
They can strap a little sensor to my chest and just send me off towards the sun. Keep talking until I can't. We'll just get the mumblings of a crazy old man. My pants. I have nothing for my suit except that unlocked, huh?
Really? Nothing at all?
What am I have no scraps. What do you want me to do? Are you looking at the arm or are you reading again? You're looking at the...
I hope you ain't just browsing.
I'm just browsing because I want to
Just
see
browsing,
something.
huh? All right, let's
You
go.
walk over there? Okay. It's very short and hard to see. Let's look at this thing.
You alright there, Drax?
Oh, looking at
Pondering
that. Okay.
question.
And that makes total sense. After what happened with Nick
Yeah, what are we
and that
pondering
first
here?
Promise,
Pondering the hand in
watched
front of
people
you?
we love die all
Pondering
over
my
again.
They
orb?
did not simply die. They were murdered by Thanos. I think I do not wish to discuss it.
Don't worry, you don't have to talk about it. I want to look at this bucko's hand. I wonder why she bought this. Or brought this. That's it? Nothing? Okay.
Shoo. Move over.
Yep, get out of here.
Oh no, you ain't chewing through any more of
See,
my ship.
My ship.
I'm not a fan of
Shoo, Flork.
lol random crazy.
Wow, that panel must have looked really tasty. What's it for, anyways?
Emergency door controls for the ship. Something a ship owner should know.
Is it? Oops. Whoops.
Hey,
Ship
do I
thing?
look like an engineer?
You don't.
And I should know about it.
Hey Groot, remember Hark Taffod's security system from last time? Won't look like
How about you, bud? You doing okay?
What's I've spoken to just about everybody. I'm not walking to the back of the ship.
Are you sure? We saw some pretty messed up stuff in there.
Did you see like did you see the Entwives?
Yeah. Maybe I'm not the best.
Yeah, I know what I'm gonna close out with.
You and Rocket should definitely talk about it, though. I'm glad you guys are there for each other. Take care,
Leave
buddy.
it for Monday.
Anything yet?
Did you find something? What are we getting?
Guardian of
Oh!
Cosmo, buddy. Where have you been? We've been calling you.
Sorry, Peter Quill. Cosmos pause being.
What did you do? You don't even look like Cosmo.
Church of Truth arrive at nowhere.
Yeah, okay.
Are you okay?
He's fine for a moment. Cosmo receive warning in.
Okay, so he's safe.
Continuum cortex is of shutdown for safety. It's been dead, huh?
Your little detective trip almost got us killed. We'll fill you in when we get there.
Yet, this problem is bigger than Cosmo. Guardian of Galaxies must go to Xandar and ask world
Now we're going to
help instead. Cosmo unable to get through. Guardian of Galaxies must actually.
what happened? Where'd he? Oh,
Cosmo, are you there? What happened?
yes, we're going to another location. Oh, we're not even gonna make it to that other location. Oh. Are you actually cops?
So these are the cowards who defiled Lady Hellbender's honor.
Oh.
Good.
Who the fuck are you?
Yeah, you're not what I thought you were. You're not the cops.
I would not engage in conversation with inferior.
What a dumb name.
But my contract with Lady Hellbender stipulates otherwise. Therefore, abomination. You may refer to me by my title. I am Captain Glory, leader of the Lethal Legion.
Lethal Legion? More like Loser Legion.
Yeah, I'm with the raccoon.
Surrounded us.
Has he? I can't see more than this in this.
Pissed, but now's really not the best time.
Did you think that she would ease her bounty simply because you somehow managed to elude the Blood Brothers in nowhere?
Oh,
Yes.
Then you are as imbecilic as they are. You will not
Wanna-
elude me. That I can assure you.
I guess there's a lot of stuff still happening.
Why? Where are you going?
Did you mute me?
Huh?
What?
So,
Lethal Legion. We're gonna get
I
along.
used to run with the Ravagers myself.
We are far superior to you and your...
Yes, that's what everybody likes to say, but they've never proven it.
The Lethal Legion is composed of the best warriors the universe has ever seen. And me.
Hey, look. I get it. You're the best of the best.
He does have kind of a cool
Captain of the
suit.
super elite team. I'm the captain.
Got the helmet. I guess I just like the shoulders.
Some of us are super elites.
I think that's it. I just like the shoulders.
Like me. I am Glavi of the Kree Empire. My birthright alone supersedes any sense of worth you foolishly believe you possess.
Oh boy.
Spoken like a true Cree.
More like an arrogant a-hole.
Enough!
That button there.
I will not be disrespected.
Sorry?
You will be eliminated.
Give me your best shot, Helmet Head. The Milano's gonna blow you out of the sky.
Your ship doesn't have that kind of fire.
Oh, we have whatever you We have whatever we want.
Possible.
See, it was much more worthwhile to hide the illegal contraband. I'm making all the right choices. Not like I wouldn't be able to get through this scene. At least some choices came back to pay off.
Hit them hard,
Oh,
give them-
yay.
There's nothing on that garbage.
The heck? Fly this thing.
Find us a channel left button.
Up is up, down is down. I can't.
Taking fire.
Maybe 1 second. Wait, what?
Feel free to show up.
Invert the sticks. What the heck? That's what that said? Invert sticks, not invert stick. What I want.
They insulted my baby.
Just keep watching.
Maybe I'm just confused. That's difficulty. Wait, what is my settings there? Yeah, hard. Why is that? Nah, I don't care. Puppy. Well, it doesn't matter. Screw it.
Hang in there, bud. They ain't killed us yet.
Well, we got this.
These guys have really bad timing.
Another problem for our pile of problems.
Oh boy.
Jeez, how much money did she offer these guys?
Doesn't matter.
Here we are. Now I'm getting them. I'm glad this is just like a little mini game.
Fly her.
That ain't gonna last long. This is rough line.
Fast enough.
That's a fixable problem.
Want to make a space simulator, that's for sure.
Drop out and get a better angle if it gets too hot.
That's fun.
Where is that dude? You're losing all your ships, man.
Where's Drax the Destroyer? Find out if he's revived.
There's,
Can't come to the phone right now.
yeah, he's kind of depressed. I would blame you guys, but
Can't we just send an IOU to Lady H?
She will receive your splintered remains.
what? Can't just. Oh boy.
Please try to flee.
What's that? Gravity here?
Defeat your ego? No thank you.
God, this has so far been the most difficult.
Feels kind of good to have bounty hunters after us. Means we're making a name for ourselves, right?
Normally,
Not
it's
really.
good practice. We have to waste this time that is costly.
One is all we need.
What?
Who's the inferior life
One left.
form now, huh?
Still you.
Peter?
This is
I'm
a,
picking
this is
up
a pretty cool
something.
rock formation.
What?
It appears I'll have to finish this myself. So you defeated my fighters. But my cruiser will crush you.
Of course, he has a big ship.
That's it? That's what you've been bragging about?
What do you mean?
Nothing. I'm sure it's very comfortable.
It will not be mocked.
Then do something about it.
Yeah.
Lady Skullsuit is the worst luck in hiding. Is she here? Just her goons. This time.
Did I die? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go to the washroom quick. Actually done. This game is bizarre. I'll be right back. I'm actually going to call it there for tonight. This was more or less a little bit of a surprise stream anyway. So I thank everybody for stopping by who stopped by. But I'm kind of done with Guardians for tonight. It's not exactly a me game. But thanks for everybody who has enjoyed it. I think, I don't know, for people who liked Final Fantasy 13 and, I mean, I guess people are fans of the Guardians of the Galaxy. This is probably a game for them. But for me, I'm just not feeling it. After like 9 chapters in, all I can think of is I feel like the same thing keeps happening everywhere I go. So I'm probably going to continue or start Assassin's Creed Valhalla. That's just been sitting there for a little while, and keep going with Final Fantasy stuff when I come, or Final Fantasy 14 when I come back on Monday. Anyways, be good, have a nice weekend. If you're going to church tomorrow, make sure you go to church and you get there. Have fun.